Now, now the dust is settled and everyone's calmed down, and I don't think Impact is trending. Well, Impact is trending, um, but it's mainly AEW people that are trending on the Twitter machine over there. So yeah, so Impact got over by using AEW talents. It's very clear. Ambrose was trending, Tony Khan was trending, Kenny Omega was trending, but no one from the show was trending. No Impact stars were trending. Just AEW people were trending on Impact shows. That's not a good thing. The good thing was they kept their retention throughout the entire thing, just like WWE do. They got a hook, and they hook you in all the way through to the very end to give you what you want. If they put in the beginning, everyone will believe that the words, and that's that. Unless they put them in the very beginning of the show, and they tease something for the end of the thing or whatever. But they usually don't do that. The main issue, there's several issues I have, is that they didn't do anything particularly different for Impact. In fact, this episode of Impact honestly had to be the weakest one they ever did. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but overall, when it comes to entertainment value and shock and awe and cool things, this episode of Impact was easily the worst one in months, probably since the pandemic one, in a lot of ways. Not only was Su Young not there to do her creepy little entrance and her cool music and everything like that, there was barely any drama on the show. In weeks beforehand, we had the Triple XL have a thing with the Motor City Machine Guns. That wasn't there. The intrigue of who shot Johnny Bravo, that's gone because of what happened last week with the courtroom stuff. That was cool to see. No Heath drama with his contract stuff there, so that's gone. And there was no drama with, there was not even the whole thing, the mystery of the who took Hernandez's money thing, which was supposed to continue this week from last week with Fallah Boss saying that Kiera Hogan and her girl Tasha Steele took the money, and they're going to give you like 1 week to get 1 week to get it back. That wasn't the show this week. So there was barely any storylines, and the way they started the show was fine, but they had what seemed to new people were just random matches just thrown in the show for no reason. This is what any amateur slash WWE thing would do. They just had matches. I'm like, Impact, I know you know better than this. You're supposed to hook people by having clips and story reasons why they have matches. I know why they have matches, but they didn't continue that. They didn't match it to the actual match. So you had to have watched last week to get why they're fighting this week. But to new people, they're just two people in a ring fighting for no random reason. And that's bad. You're making your company look like you just have matches for no reason. But I, as a fan, know that's not true. But you didn't prove to new fans that you know what you're doing. And you did. That's not the first time you did this either. At the Summerversary, we had a big, huge buzz over the WWE people coming in, and you didn't do a good job hooking people then, and you didn't do it now. If it gets the regular 3K people watching next week on Twitch instead of 52,000 this week, I wouldn't be surprised. Not only did the presentation continue to look March, April, you know what I mean? It didn't do anything special with it. If they had like Wrestle House on the show, which was very entertaining stuff, that could hook people to watch more next week. But they had nothing. They literally had Dashwood and Alicia Edwards talking about photography, and Alicia Edwards had a thing with Sami Callihan, and Eddie Edwards came in there and did the beatdown thing. That happens a lot in wrestling. Nothing special there at all. What happened last week was interesting, with Ken Shamrock being being told he couldn't come in there with security and everything. He was all pissed about that. So that was intriguing, but that was gone this week. I mean, like even AJ Swoggle with Hornswoggle, that was intriguing because it was for an opportunity to tag team match. And how Swoggle going to beat Ethan Page because he has to beat Ethan Page, but no drama this week. They didn't even try. Maybe that was by design. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt here. Maybe they didn't try because they knew they had you anyway with Kenny Omega, and they'll actually try next week. I think they had to try next week because this week was like, as an Impact fan, I'm like, you guys didn't put your best foot forward like at all. I mean, no Rosemary cool bits, no Taya cool bits. I mean, like, um, Moose and Chris Bay had a segment backstage, but it wasn't nearly as cool as the one last week. Rich Swann looked like a bitch. I mean, like he wanted to go out to the parking lot and talk to Kenny Omega and Don Callis, and the bodyguard said no, and he was like, "Okay," and he left. I'm like, "That's it for your world champion on the show?" Besides having a tag match, a random tag match with another team, and I'm like, "That's it for Rich Swann?" He's just gonna be like, "Okay, I'm out." I'm like, "Oh, what kind of bitch champion is that? You're the champion of the company, and you're gonna take the word of some bouncer guy." Okay, they really made the Impact Stars look not good. Hopefully, this is done better in the weeks to come. I was hoping they would shine this week there in front of a whole bunch of people, but they made the AEW stars really cool, and the Impact ones not as much. Sorry, guys. Quack off.